What's up, everybody? It's your boy DaLion here with BW Sports 1, and we are here with another episode of Combat Zone, powered by Carma Coin. Check out the cryptocurrency that gives away to charities and gives you a chance to win supercars. CarmaCoin.co today. Elite Performance 765-499-1005, where the dream of elite fitness becomes a reality. Call Zach today and get started on your journey. Revved Up Tattoos, 317-537-2667. Book your next ink therapy session with our boy Todd over at Revved Up Tattoos. You won't be disappointed. BaumBurgers, that's right, 7960 US 31 South in Indianapolis. Famous for steak burgers, but they are the bomb. BeeLit Organics, our girl Brittany Carreno has got all the natural products, phenomenal feeling, soaps, bath salts, candles, you name it, she's got it. BeeLit Organics. And the Fighter's Friend, that's right, thefightersfriend.com. Give yourself a fighting chance in all recovery products. Check them out, thefightersfriend.com. Use promo code BWSPORTS1 for 20% off your whole order.
Round one, fight!
What is going on? What's going on? What is happening? It's your boy DaLion with another edition of Combat Zone. And I got the man with me right here, Mr. Brian Maxwell. What's happening, brother? Thank you for coming on to Combat Zone with me.
What's going on, man? Thank you for having me.
No problem. Anytime. All fighters are always welcome here at the Combat Zone. I like promoting fighters. I don't really, I work with different promotions to help them out, but you guys right here are the ones that make the shows happen. This is who I like to promote, is in the fighters. Now, since we are popping your cherry here at Combat Zone, you've never been on here, so we got to pop that cherry right. Let everybody in the BW Sports One world kind of show the career path of combat sports for Brian Maxwell, because not everybody knows that you have a pretty extensive MMA career that kind of went, into boxing and bare knuckles. So kind of give a little synopsis of your combat sports career for us.
Man, I've been fighting since November of 2011. I had my very first MMA fight. I ended up winning it by knockout in 25 seconds. And, I fought as an amateur for almost 6 years, but I had a 1-year layoff because, it was at the point where people didn't want to fight me, or, it'd become fight time and people would back out. And yeah, that sucked. I ended up finishing my amateur career with 7 different titles in 3 weight classes. And then I had another year layoff, and because I couldn't get, like I said, I couldn't get a fight, and then I couldn't get a pro debut anywhere after I called out many of people, and I finally got my chance, like literally to the day a year later, to make my pro debut. And I had over almost 20 amateur fights, and I've had all my combat sports together. I've had 13, maybe 13 pro fights so far since 2016, when I decided to make the transition over to pro, when I got my first pro contract.
Nice. So kind of let me know how it came about, this bare knuckle thing, from being, the MMA guy. Everybody's got a story on what caught their eye, what got them interested in bare knuckle, moving from whatever respective combat sport that they were in. Like you said, you had an extensive MMA career going on, turned pro. Then all of a sudden the bare knuckle scene came in, and what kind of got you interested in going that route?
I mean, when Bare Knuckle started promoting their very first card, one of the guys from the same state as me, Reggie Barnett, he was on their their very first fight card, and out of support for him because I had known him for a while, and coming from Virginia, we got to show each other support, and I caught the first show, and then it looked very interesting. But before even their first show, I would sit at home sometimes at night and be on YouTube looking at underground bare knuckle boxing, and that I thought that shit was cool, but I never thought I would be a part of something like that. But you know, BKFC 2, one of my teammates, Bruce Abramsky, he one of my old teammates got the chance to be on their second card, and he asked me to go there to help and coach him. So I was like, oh shit, all right, I'm down. I'll show you some support, and we're going through this hard ass fight camp anyways. And because I was already getting ready to fight before he made his debut, and I fought literally 2 weeks before he did in in an MMA fight against a Bellator vet that I ended up beating in 1 minute and 25 seconds. And we got there, and I like the atmosphere of bare knuckle. I love it. Like everybody was talking to me. When we first got there, everybody thought I was fighting. I was like, no, my teammate is fighting. And me being me, I'm not the type of person to try to take nobody else's shine or what they got going on. You feel what I'm saying? Because
Right.
that's disrespectful. That's disrespectful in my eyes, and two, I wasn't there for that. And like I said, the atmosphere was great. I met Christine Perea. I met Dale Soapy. I met Arnold Adams for the first time. And of course, I already knew Nate Shook. And, I actually met Mr. Feldman. And, it was awesome. Like I had a very great time. And when the show came, like when in the fight, I started watching the fights right there live. I mean, it really sparked my interest. And I actually got offered a fight that night. And, I didn't necessarily, I might as well say I turned it down because I didn't feel, like I said, I wasn't there for that. And I didn't feel like it was my time to, cross over yet. You feel what I'm saying?
Yep. Yep. So, you kind of mentioned, seeing other people shine and being there for them, and I like that. That's absolutely 100% respect. You go in there, they offer you a fight, and a lot of people say, "Oh, he didn't accept a fight," blah blah blah. The whole social media gets to rumbling and grumbling and whatever, but you did it for the right reason. It's not like you were scared. It's not like you weren't ready. It was because you were there to support your teammate that was fighting, and it wasn't your time. You knew it. That's being smart, and I like that. I will also say and agree with you that watching bare knuckle on TV does not give it the feeling of being live there watching these fights go down. I love it. Absolutely love it. And I get excited every time I'm able to go down to a live event, whether it be BKFC or BYB or whoever. I like this bare knuckle stuff. I think it's going to be around for a long time.
I do too, man. I love it. Like it's super exciting.
It is. It is. So let's kind of talk about your bare knuckle career. Obviously, the record doesn't show the skills and abilities that you possess. I know that a lot of real people looking at this can see that because let's face it, you fought Jared Warren. He's not a scrub. You
No,
fought
not at all.
Yuli Diaz. He's not a scrub. You fought some of these. Francisco Ricci was your last fight, and he is sitting right now in the rankings at number one. So you are not fighting slouches. You are not fighting, bottom feed fighters. You are fighting some of these big names in this division. Now, another thing, you've kind of flip flopped from the weights. I mean, you went from 175, 185, 195, kind of all over the board. Where would you say that your home weight class should be or is now?
185, period. I fought T Cummins at 205. He's a ranked fighter. I fought Jared at 195. He's ranked. I fought Yuli at 1. won 190, 195, I should say, and then I fought Francisco Ricci at 185. So every fighter that I fought, you know, is ranked in top three in respective weight classes. You feel what I'm saying? And like and I haven't done too shabby with you know neither one of them. You feel what I'm saying? And I've put in a lot of hard work and dedication to this grind, and it's a part of the game. You win some, you lose some, and I made a post yesterday that now it's my time to eat. You feel what I'm saying?
It's that plate's coming to you. It's serving it up. You put that nice tasting gravy on it and get ready to just rumble through it, brother. I can't wait to see you back in there, honestly. I do want to ask a question though. So, over the summer, you had a big opportunity to go into a boxing match against Chad Johnson, Chad Ochocinco, former NFL player. How did that come about? How are you able to land that fight?
Man, look, I still don't know how I got that fight. like, it's literally 3-4 months later, and I still don't know how I got that fight. Like, I'm so graceful and blessed that I got the opportunity. Like I said, I'm still baffled that my name was even brought up for the fight. But it's kind of like a dream come true that I actually got to fight on a Floyd Mayweather fight card, because some years back, I did a contest where that they had on Facebook or something, and I ended up winning some socks, a hat, and a T-shirt from the money team. And I posted it on Facebook those years back, and it was like, one day I will fight for Floyd Mayweather. And this year it actually happened. And if I'm correct, when I made that post, it was like 2013, 2014, and it's like, man, it's still amazing. So much in my life has changed since that fight, and even before that fight, man, it's been gracious.
So what has kind of not necessarily fully changed for you since then, but what have you seen differently since that fight with Chad?
I mean, since that fight with Chad, I literally talk to Chad like literally either every day or a couple days since that fight. And at the last BKFC fight card that I was on, he was in my corner, and this next fight he's going to be in my corner also. So that's going to be awesome. I mean, that fight created a brotherhood with me, because he was my idol growing up as a kid, and boom, now I can freely talk to him, or he'll call me, or text me or something, or he'll even message me off of one of my posts on Instagram or something. And you know, I- it's awesome, because like I said, I turned someone I looked up to into a friend.
That always feels good when you're able to, and I don't like to use the word idols, but I mean, we all have people that we look up to respectfully in any form of a realm of life, I should say, whether it be on your personal side, sports entertainment side, business side, something like that. There's always somebody that we looked up to for anything of that type. And that is awesome that you were able to not only be on the same card, but share the ring with this idol of yours, with this person that you had much respect for, and now full circle becoming friends with this person. Now, I know Chad couldn't make the show today with you. That's okay. We'll have to do that another time. But, you know, so you mentioned he's going to be in your corner your next fight. There's been rumblings. We have a November 6th card coming up in New York. We have a Miami November 12th card coming up. When can we see Brian Maxwell? What's the odds of seeing Brian Maxwell on one of those shows?
The odds are super high, and you know, like I said, before we started, when we can connect in Miami. I'll be there. But me, you, and Chad can link up, because he'll be with me, because I'm going to actually be finishing my fight camp up with him in his gym that he trains at down there in Miami. So that's
Nice.
gonna be pretty dope.
Well, I know that I'm actually going to be down in Miami that Tuesday afternoon because the Miami crypto experience is happening that week with Carma Coin being one of the main sponsors and also giving away a nice looking McLaren to finish off the week at the BKFC event. I believe it's at the BKFC event.
Man, how do I enter that contest?
I will let you know. Go to karmacoin.co and simply sign up for the giveaway. That's all you got to do.
Oh, well, shoot. All right,
Easy,
I'll do that.
easy. I'm signed up. Believe me, I want a McLaren sitting in my garage.
Yeah, I need one of those to add to my collection because
So how tall are you?
I'm 6 foot.
Okay, all right. I thought you were a little bit taller than that because I know I'm right at 6 foot, and some of these cars nowadays, man, it's hard. And it's not just the width of my body; it's the height of my body that's an issue.
I know that's right, man. Like I work at a Toyota dealership, and I got into one of the brand new Supras, and I just don't fit in one of those. I am too long and too big to be driving a Supra.
Yeah, some of those cars you literally take out the driver's seat and sit
Fact.
in the back seat and drive from there.
Yeah, like the new Supras don't even have a back seat. Like it's
Right.
front seats and trunk. And I barely sit in there, can fit in there with the seat literally all the way against the trunk, and I still have my knees still buckle a little bit. It sucks, but it's a cool ass car though.
So what do you do at the Toyota dealership?
Man, I do everything. I mess with truck frames. I detail cars all day. I'm around cars all the time. I'm a big before fighting and stuff like that. I've always been a car guy. I've always been around cars. I grew up around cars, and cars are my thing. You feel what I'm saying? Whether I was learning how to watch, somebody work on one, or if I, was, needed some cash or something, I asked my granny to wash her car, and she'd give me some cash for the day. Being a kid, a little bit of cash goes a long ways, and I've always loved cars. I had an extensive car, Matchbox and Hot Wheel car collection when I was a kid, and you know,
Shit, you say you had a Hot Wheel collection when you was a kid. I got like 500 sitting unopened that are all Mustangs. That's my car. That if I was to ever have the money to just say, what car do you want? A 1969 Boss 302 is
oh
what I
wow,
would go for.
yeah, that's a hot, rare commodity of a car. If you ever find one for a decent price, you are lucky.
Right? I've not been that lucky yet, Brian. I'm just not gonna lie to you. I'm still looking.
Yeah, man, I look at auto auctions all the time, and I'll be looking at the auctions on TV when they be doing, selling the cars and stuff at like the Barrett Jackson
Barrett
and shit like
Jackson.
that.
Oh yeah.
And those cars, man,
Man, I'm
especially if
not gonna lie. Last time I saw one, there was a Mustang on there. It was a few months ago. I want to say it was over the summer, and it could have been a rerun. I don't know, but I saw a Mustang, and I can't remember what year it was or anything. But it went for cheap. I'm like, damn, man, that was my chance. It was like,
yeah,
it was. I was thinking it was going for like 90,000 or more, and I think it went for like 40 some thousand. It's like, man, kick me in the dick for that one. So, what would you go to as your favorite car overall?
my favorite car overall would be a '94 Honda NSX. That is my all-time favorite car. It's a dream car, and I'm gonna have one. I'm telling you, within the next 5 to 7 years, I'm gonna have one. When I find one for the right price. I almost had one 2 years ago, but it was an automatic. And if I get an NSX, I do not want an automatic. You feel what I'm saying?
That's like me. Mustang, it needs something with that many horsepowers. It's got to let me have the control over the shifting.
Yeah, like that is my dream car, and that's what I want. And I'm gonna have one.
All right. Well, you said you had a collection. Do you have other types of cars that you just kind of have or have had? Give us a little rundown of what you've had or what you got right now.
See, I started with a 1986 Pontiac Parisienne, and that was my baby. It was a old school car. I love old school cars, and I'd still have that car to this day if it didn't get totaled. Some lady ended up running in front of me at the like last second, and insurance totaled the car. And I've always loved Hondas. I'm a super big Honda guy, if you can tell by now. But I've had Honda Civics for the past almost 10 years, and
Is that what you're
I'm
sitting in right now? A Civic?
no, I'm actually at work sitting in a Fiat right now.
He changes it up.
No, but I'm a Honda man. I love Hondas, and I just actually got rid of one of my Hondas literally 3 months ago. I had a 2008 Honda Civic Si Mugen special edition car. It was one of 1,000 ever made, and I've had that car for a long time. And I just, like I said, I just recently sold it because right now I'm in my Mopar stage of my life. I wanted a V8, and so I sold it and got me a Dodge Charger. And yeah, I'm having my V8 kick in my life right now, and I'm actually about to get rid of, maybe this weekend, another one of my Hondas. Is a 10th gen Honda Civic Si, one of the newer ones. It's a coupe, and I'm probably going to get rid of it and buy me a Dodge Challenger because, like I said, I'm in my V8 splash part of my life right now.
Yeah. Show it off, right? You got to show it off when you get it. Yeah, I see Mr. Red Rims here. So, are we gonna put the red rims on the black Charger?
On my Charger, I've got a lot of ideas with my Charger. I've dumped a lot of money in it so far since I've had it, and I don't know what direction I'm going with it yet. But I know with my Challenger, only reason I'm getting a Challenger is because my son loves Challengers, and he plays GTA 5 a lot, and he's got a Challenger on there, and he's like, I want a Challenger, and me and my son have a pretty good bond, and I told him, you know what, I'm going to get me a Challenger just for you, and I can't wait to, if everything goes right and I get it, I have a lot of big plans for the car. You feel what I'm saying? Just in honor of him.
How old's your son?
10.
Okay, so if he's thinking, Dad, if you get this now, that could be my first car when I get my license finally, right?
Uh-huh.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. So let's kick it back a little bit to the fighting realm, real quick. You said you're going to be in Miami. It's been, I think June is when you fought Ricci last, correct? June. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So we're on a, let's see, 7, 8, 9, 10, 4 or 5 month kind of layover. How do you guys how do you personally keep yourself in that fight mentality, in the fight camp mentality, in that got to keep my mind right type thing?
Well, me personally, I'm always in the gym. I'm in the gym 6 to 7 days a week. I may take a day off during the week, but I stay ready just in case I get a call. I've had plenty of fight offers since my last fight, but sometimes things don't go the right way, especially with opponents. But I've been staying busy. I've been staying constantly training. I've had teammates in fight camp, so when they're in fight camp, I'm in fight camp too. So nothing really downs me or holds me back from not being super active. I'm always active, but I'm always grinding. But when I go into fight camp, I grind that much harder. Like I said, all the guys I have fought for BKFC have been ranked, and with this Chad fight, it boosted my confidence level back to where it used to be because like I said, I'm on a skid with bare knuckle, and it not necessarily hurt my confidence, but at the same point in time, I'm not used to. I hate losing. You feel what I'm saying? That losing to me, it doesn't mess with me mentally, but like I said, I've always been a winner, and like I said, I'm not used to losing. Like especially the way on the streak that I am right now. You feel what I'm saying? And like I posted on social media yesterday and on my live videos on Instagram and Facebook. Now it's time for me to eat.
Well, like I said, I mean, I'm not definitely taking anything away from your skills and abilities inside the ring because of the people that they have put you up against in your four fights with BKFC. They're not slouches. You have fought some of the best guys in their weight divisions, respectfully, and I cannot wait to see that new rejuvenation come out of Brian Maxwell here very soon. Now, we are 1 week away, a little over 1 week away from the one of the biggest rematches, biggest heavyweight matches ever in bare knuckle. You got the champion, the current champ, Joey the Mexicutioner Beltran, going up against the very first heavyweight champ of BKFC, Arnold Adams, and I hope I'm saying this right, Boomaye, correct? Is that how
Yeah,
you say it?
correct.
Okay. Who do we got, Brian?
I mean, it's gonna be an awesome fight, but I gotta go with my boy Arnold Adams. He's one of the homies. Like I said, he was one of the first people I met when I went to BKFC too, and I've chopped it up with him time to time. I was actually on the podcast with him a couple days ago, and
Uh-huh.
it's always mad love and support. Hey, I'm a fan of Joey Beltran, but when push comes to shove, I gotta ride with the homie on that. You feel what I'm saying?
All right. The following week, where you and I and Chad get to chop it up in person, you got two big championship fights going on. Give me your thoughts on Hector Lombard versus Lorenzo Hunt.
Man, and quite all honesty, I'm torn between that fight. I'm super torn just because Hector, he's actually one of my sponsors, and then his opponent is actually one of the homies, and we chop it up time to time, and we always link up at the fights and talk and shit like that. So I'm torn between that fight, and I want both of them to win, but at the same point in time, I don't want either one of them to lose because I'm torn. You know what I'm saying?
I gotcha. I gotcha. Then we have the most interesting, one of the most anticipated returns to the ring at BKFC, Datwin versus Luis Palomino. Who you got on that one?
I got Palomino for that fight. That fight, in all honesty, will not go 5 rounds. I think it's going to go 3 or less.
There's a lot. I mean, to me, looking at it from the outside looking in, that's a big dude for Dat to be coming up 2 weight classes to face. And God knows he's been through hell and back this past year, with the COVID and ending up in the hospital and stuff, to seeing him now back rejuvenated. That's just going to be a tough one for Dat to get through. I got nothing but respect for Dat because, for one, I mean, he's done what he's done in the ring, and he can sell the shit out of himself.
Facts.
But man, this is just going to be one hump that I don't know if he can conquer right now.
Yeah, man. I'm actually excited to see that fight.
I'm excited for all of them because I know that I even think that there might be a women's fight on that card that a lot of people can't wait to see. These
Oh
two
yeah,
girls gonna match up. Yeah, I might have to talk to you off air, but it's not been announced yet. I know the signing went down, but it's not been announced because we know we all wait until a week or two before the fights to announce fights so we can promote you guys. And again, I'm not hating either promotion. Whatever promotion it is, I don't care. I care about you guys more so than a promotion because I want you guys to be paid. I want you guys to get marketed. I want you guys to have a hell of a career for all the fans to be able to continue to watch these sports going forward.
big facts,
All right,
man. But
go
yeah,
ahead.
man, I love it though, man. Like I like their aspects of marketability, but at the same point in time, us as fighters, we gotta market ourselves too because we're in the age now that if we don't do it, nobody else will. You feel what I'm saying? Because you always gotta make yourself marketable regardless because social media is a big part of people's lives now. Everybody's on social media, and if you market the fuck out of yourself on social media, it
Oh, I'm
leaves.
sorry, you can't say that. No, I'm just joking.
I'm just saying, man. Like I feel like I'm an advocate of that, man. Like my marketability skills have went through the fucking roof, man. Even like when I first signed with Bare Knuckle, even before then, man. Like I market the fuck out of myself, and that's one thing reason why I don't have a big management company because I tell myself, and I tell some of the management companies that are after me or and still after me that whatever you guys can do, I can do for myself. I mean, sure, y'all can do this, do that, but I can do the same thing. I've got myself this far with my marketability and my fan base, especially like now. My fan base in the past, I say 6 months has quadrupled than what it was before. You feel what I'm saying? I went from being local to damn near global now. Like it's crazy just from marketing myself and having some of the fights that I have. I mean, I put on a show for the time I be in there, but at the same point in time, I market the fuck out of myself. You feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
I can honestly say that locally I put asses in seats, and I say globally, any fight card that I'm on, I have people buying tickets to those fights, either in the places that I fight at, or people traveling to come see me fight. You feel what I'm saying? I put asses in seats on
Yep.
the marketability that I've put out myself. You feel what I'm saying, with my name.
Yep.
Hey, honestly, bare knuckle has helped me with that. You feel me?
Oh yeah, and as any promotion should, because if they have any signed fighters, they want to keep them signed to their promotion as well as see them grow, because the more you guys grow means the more the promotion grows. And if I really hope that they continue to put the effort into marketing their guys, not just and guys and girls, not just the top two, but everybody across the board needs marketing regardless. Now, I will say I'll kind of not defend. I'll disagree a little bit because I know there's a lot of management companies out there. A lot of them do nothing but talk shit. A lot of them do nothing than just take a little percentage of your pay, and I get that. But there are good ones out there. We all know that there are good ones out there that can do just a little bit more. I get you. I totally understand what you're saying because you are marketing the shit out of yourself, as every fighter should. But not every management team is bad. I'll just say it like that.
Hey, you right with that. Like I said, a couple of management companies after me right now. I'm cool with some of those people personally, and like I've had some talks with some of them, like up close and personal, and through social media. It's just I'm at a point to where I feel like I can. I mean, I got some help. Don't think I just do it by myself, but
Right.
I'm at the point where that whatever a manager can do for me, I can do for myself. I've gotten a lot of my sponsors through networking with people, through talking to these different companies, through, like I said, marketing myself, and some of them companies coming to me asking me, do I have any sponsorship? And I got several companies looking to sponsor me now. I actually have to email several back today about my next fight and stuff like that. And it's wonderful, man. Like I love that grind aspect of it in itself. You feel what I'm saying? And when it, like I said earlier, when it comes to marketing, you should be able to market the fuck out of yourself and don't always leave it up to the promotion to market you. You feel what I'm saying? Because
Absolutely.
I fought on some shows like when I was an amateur and stuff like that, and the promotion didn't even really promote the fights and shit like that. The fighters would have to promote it. But I fought on some good promotions where, they promote the fuck out the fighters, and some of the fighters don't promote themselves, and the fighters wonder why don't I have any fans here or family here to see me? You know what
Or
I'm saying?
why didn't that promotion call me back for a second fight?
Yeah, exactly. And I can honestly say every promotion that I fought for, every fight that I've ever had while I was an AMI or as a pro, people have traveled or came to see me fight.
Well, if I knew that you were going to be fighting in Miami, I would come down there for that. But I'm already going to be in Miami. So just the thought of a potential Brian Maxwell fight in person is just making me that much happier. So let's hope it gets done. I have no clue. I don't. Let's hope it happens. But
It's
before I
gonna be
let
a banger. It's gonna be a banger regardless. I'm telling you, man. Like the stuff I've been through during this fight camp that I'm currently in right now has been crazy. I've put that much more effort into this grind, and it's been wild. And the way I feel right now, I'm telling you, a lot of people. I say this all the time, but at the same point in time, you know, people evolve all the time, and this has probably been one of my top 5 best fight camps I've ever had, and I'm feeling cocky and I'm feeling fucking dangerous.
well, on top of that being one of the top 5 camps that you've been on, this has got to be one of the top 5 shows that you've been on, right?
Big facts.
I like it. I like it. Now, before we go, I got to bring everybody into a session that we call Rapid Knockout. It's 5 questions, has absolutely nothing to do with the fight game. You can elaborate on an answer if you'd like. Are you ready?
Yes, sir. I'm always ready.
All right. Question number 1. Favorite food?
Favorite food? Philly cheesesteaks all day.
Philly cheesesteak. Now, from Philly, right? Because you can't just get them anywhere, right? Not good.
Well, in the area I live in, there's 3 places that have the best cheesesteaks I've ever had in my life. And you know, when I went to my first BKFC tryout, I had my very first Philly steak and cheese from Philly, and that just made me love them that much more. Because I got Cheese Whiz on it. I never had one with Cheese Whiz, and I got one with Cheese Whiz in Philly, and it was great. I'm a big Philly steak and cheese fan. Like that is my favorite food ever in the world.
All right. So in Miami, if we run into each other, maybe we'll go have to share some Philly cheesesteak over a table at lunch or something.
Hey, I'm down with that. Definitely after weigh-ins because I'm gonna be hungry as hell.
Oh, so you have weigh-ins.
Uh, we might.
All right. Question number 2. What is the thing you like to do most outside of training and fighting? What does Brian Maxwell like to do for a hobby?
Man, I like one thing. I like to hang with my son and share knowledge with him, and you know, there's another part to that too. You know, I love being around cars. I like to work on cars. I like to anything I ever owned or have owned will never be a stock car. I'm gonna tell you that now, and everybody in this area knows that anything I've ever driven has never been stayed stock long at all, and you know, I kind of teach my son that same way because, like I said, he loves Dodge Challengers, and I may be getting one just for him. And you know, like he's a car kid. I mean, that's a part of our lives, and you know, he goes to car meets with me, and you
Does he
know,
got him working and cranking wrenches with you?
I tried once or twice, and
He's
he
not
got
there yet.
frustrated. Yeah, he got frustrated, and was just like, I'm gonna just watch you do it, or he'll just sit there and stuff like that. But you know, it's a fun journey, man. Teaching him about cars because you know, like I said, I grew up around cars and I love cars. And teaching him, I'm not the best mechanic, but if I can do it myself, I can do it. But if it's beyond me, I'll get some help. You feel what I'm saying? But
Yep.
hey, I love cars.
All right, there we go. I like it. Question number 3. If it wasn't fighting, take fighting out of it, take all combat sports out of it, okay? Whether to participate, I'm sorry, to participate or to watch, what's your favorite sport?
Football.
Who's your team?
The the Washington football team. That's been my squad since day one.
Oh,
It's It's my
God.
dad's favorite team, so it's the team I grew up having to like. Everybody else in my family is Dallas Cowboy fans. I don't know why,
Oh
but
my God, that's even worse.
I don't
Hold
know
on here.
why, but
Hold
they
on.
like
I'm
those
gonna,
guys.
I'm gonna, I'm gonna turn this camera around. Can you see what's on my wall?
Is that Tom
That
Brady?
hell no. That's the team that beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl to finally get their first Super Bowl win in the Philadelphia Eagles. Fly
Oh
Eagles,
God!
fly, brother.
Oh God! Another one!
Damn.
Another one! Oh
Hey,
God!
born and raised in Indy, and let me tell you how I became this. Okay, so my older cousin is like my big brother, 13 years difference. Had me watching those god awful stars growing up all the time, and I was so sick and tired of watching them. I started seeing this green team. I'm like, who's on that? Reggie White, Jerome Brown, Cunningham, the Rocket Man. Everybody on the team, I'm like, that's my team. Stuck with them since, and that was like late '80s.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that, man. And hey, that was one reason why I went to the BKFC Philly tryouts. I had a brother, big Philadelphia Eagles fan, super big fan. He lived, died, and everything Philadelphia Eagles, and he passed away literally 2 months before I went to tryouts,
Ah,
and that's
really?
before I knew about tryouts. And I always told him I would never, ever, ever, ever go to Philadelphia unless a big opportunity came. And he's like, well, it looks like you're going to be going to Philadelphia one day. And, he passed away. And literally a month later, that's when I found out about tryouts. And I was like, well, he called it. And, I'm going to go to tryouts just for him. And so I went to Philly. I seen the stadium and everything. It's a cool stadium, but, I went to Philly for the first time. And, I actually liked it for some odd reason. I like being in Philly. And, at the BKFC tryouts, I did my thing, and hey, that was I guess he knew it. That was my calling, man. I got signed with them a couple months later after the tryouts, so I'm happy about it.
Nice. Well, obviously, your brother's looking over you, man. He was
Yes,
looking
sir.
over you at the time, and he was always going to be there, right?
Yes, sir. All the time.
I like it. I like it. All right. Question number 4. What's the go-to playlist for Brian Maxwell? If you're getting ready for a fight, if you're in there jamming in the gym, what is on your playlist, brother?
Well, for me, I'm very variative, I should say. I have a wide variety to get pumped. I can listen to rock and roll at 1 second. I can listen to old school hip hop at 1 second, or I can listen to some new age hip hop right now. Like I like, I'm very open. I like
Okay.
all kinds of genres, but
So
you
new
know,
school, new school. Who's your go-to? Because honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't really care for all this new school shit that's out there compared to the old school stuff. There are some that I like and listen to, but overall, man, I go back to the '90s. I go back to the '80s. Who you like in the new age?
well, here in this new age, of course, I like Migos. I like 21 Savage. I like this new rapper out. His name is Duke Deuce. I like him. I like a lot of the new rappers, but I'm more of an old school rap type of guy.
Who's your
Like that's
number one?
my number one favorite artist. My favorite artist from back in the day is Biz Markie. That's like one of my favorite artists.
Ooh, I
Biz
like it.
Markie, Biz Markie or Slick Rick. Like those were probably the two most underrated rappers back in the day, and those are my two favorites, honestly.
I would say definitely them and like KRS-One have got to be up among the legendary status of the old school hip hop.
Yes, sir. Big facts.
Yep. All right. Question number 5. Last but not least, whether it be on the personal side or the sports and entertainment side, biggest role model growing up.
My biggest role model growing up was my mother. Like because my mother has always been on the grind. She always looked out for me and my brother and made sure we had everything that we needed, even if she had to go without. And that was my biggest role model is my mother, man. Like if it wasn't for my mother, I wouldn't be here today. And two, man, like the things that I do every day, especially with teaching my son, even though I'm hard on him all the time, I'm very overly protective of him. Now, and like I said, the things I go through on a daily, I grind daily, whether I'm at work or whether I'm at the gym or whether I'm at home. I'm always on the grind. I'm always on the go. That's a big part of my lifestyle because of my mom, because, my mom was that person that showed me how to be a go-getter. You feel what I'm saying? She always told me, don't take nothing from nobody. Don't let nothing get handed to you. You work for it. If you want it, go get it. You feel what I'm saying? My mom always taught me that. But, another big influencer in my life was my stepdad because, he instilled that same thing to me. Like, if you want something, you gotta work, go get it. Like sometimes after school or before school, we'd get up in the morning and feed the cows and the chickens on the farm and stuff like that. And I, on the weekends when I didn't have sports to do, or if I wasn't out partying with my friends and doing stupid shit, I'd be with my stepdad all the time, working my ass off, mowing grass, taking care of stuff on the farm, or going to the shop with him and, like I said, mowing yards or stuff like that, man. I've always been on the grind, man. Like there's never been a time in my part of my life that I haven't been a go-getter. Like I feel like when I get old and retire from working and fighting and stuff like that, I'm not gonna know what to do with myself because I haven't slowed down ever, and I'm 34 years old. I have yet to slow down.
I am right with you there, brother. I'm 39 now. I'm pushing at the door of 40, and I ain't never had a break.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with it, man. I mean, I'm loving life though. Like, most people that be on the go like that and on the grind all the time, they're upset because they don't get a break. I'm happy I don't get no breaks. I love doing this, man. Like, this is what I live for real. Like I said, when I get old, I'm not gonna know what to do with myself if I have to sit at home all the time and be retired. And I mean, I'm sure I'll be able to do what I want, but I'm not gonna know what to do with myself. You feel what I'm saying?
Right, right. I get it, brother. I get it. Again, Brian Maxwell popped his cherry here today at Combat Zone. We appreciate you, brother. Now's the time. Sponsors, friends, fans, shout outs that you may have. The floor is yours, brother.
Man, look, I got a super long list of sponsors, but I'm gonna shout out a few of them right now. First and foremost, Fusion CBD products. I got sponsored with them before my Chad fight. We finally linked up and made a good deal. So shout out to them. Shout out to Moon Juice Cryptocurrency. They sponsor me, and I'm partnered with them with the company now too. So that's awesome. Queen Anne's Revenge, my tattoo company. They've been rocking with me since 2013, and we still going strong. My new Pacific Primo, it's one of my new sponsors coming up. I'm actually in the work with a couple other more places. Dreamland Organics, Carolina CBD. Man, that's a long list. I wish I had my list with me, but
I
I
put you on
went.
the spot.
I know that's right. But I went from having two sponsors to I have 16 sponsors right now. And before this next fight, I'll probably have like 25 to 30 more sponsors. So, everything's working well for me right now. So I love it. Shout out to all my sponsors. I love you guys. Thank you for the connections we've made and always checking up on me, seeing how training is going, how fight camp is going, how my daily life is going. Shout out to my family, like my whole family as a whole, man, because, you know, at first everybody didn't accept it about me fighting, but they always knew I was a fighter because I stayed in the shit all the time as a kid. But thank you to my family that has been super, super supportive of my fight career, and I'm digging it. And big shout out to my following of fans. Like I said, my following of fans has tripled here in these last couple months, and all the good emails and even the bad emails. I love it. Thank you guys.
There you go. Mr. Red Rims himself, Brian Maxwell, sounding like he's going to be coming to a BKFC ring very soon. We cannot wait to see you back in there, brother. Thanks again for taking some time out to joining me here at Combat Zone. And for us here at BW Sports 1, for Brian Maxwell, for myself, DaLion at Combat Zone, it's been a pleasure. We'll see you next time. Until then, we're out. Peace.